Hello everyone, welcome back into today's video, and if you are new here, my name is Alyssa Rain, and it is currently 1 in the morning and I'm about to fall asleep. However, I really wanted to talk about this subject. I make a lot of TikToks, but I make those TikToks to kind of be like, hey, this like goth girlfriend thing is kind of weird, and it's a little weird that you're like fetishizing us, just saying. And people will backlash so hard. They will get so mad, and it'll always be straight, cis, white men. They're all in my comments. They're like, oh, wait, there's a problem with, it's just my type. Like, I'm not fetish, it's just my type. Is there a problem with having a type? If there's something wrong with having a type, I don't understand. It's like, but if you're getting this offended over this video, it's probably because you're the fucking problem! Anyways, I'm tired and ready to rage, so let's get into this video. Okay, so basically, on my end, I have a slideshow. However, it's 90% typos because I'm trying to type with these nails, these long-ass nails, which someone gifted to me, and I filed them down probably like half an inch. Like, they're a lot shorter than when I got them, and I do them for like special events, whatever. My special event was literally just going out of my house for once. I'm not gonna show the slideshow that I made for myself because it's all typos, and apparently people have fucking issues when I have typos, like it's the end of the fucking world. Anyway, let's get into it. There is a big difference between having a type and fetishizing someone. So basically what a type is like a preference to certain qualities. Like you might like someone who's blonde, or maybe you just tend to go after gamers, or like, you know, you just kind of have a type, but it's not like your main focus. Like you're not like, oh, you're not blonde, so I'm not going to date you. Like fuck you, like what? It's just a little weird. But as long as you don't like sexualize and objectify someone because of these characteristics, like, it's fine. That takes us to what a fetish is. And a fetish is to have a sexual interest in an object or a part of the body other than the sexual organs, or in a person as if they are an object. This is a big part of this. If you're objectifying someone, you see them as an object, and a lot of people don't think they're doing that, but if you have "I want a goth girl" in your bio, you're objectifying someone. That's all I gotta say. Now, a huge disclaimer for this, fetishization is a huge problem within certain races or people in the LGBTQ plus community. And I'm not trying to say that I have it worse or that I have it the same, because obviously I can choose not to dress goth, even though this is what I'm most comfortable in. It's a completely different thing. Obviously, if you were born as something, you can't change that. And I understand that is a completely different spectrum. I'm not trying to say that like those people, like, I have the same problems as them or whatever. I would talk about those things, but considering I'm not a part of those groups, I do not feel comfortable talking about that. And I believe that you should go to people who are in those groups, who are talking about those issues, and listen to them from their point of view. Which is also why in this video I'm going to be talking about the fetishization of goth girls and just goths in general, because I am a goth and I have personally experienced that. And there's a whole other variety of like different races in the goth community, but I obviously have not experienced that. I've seen stories, and I do think those people are very valid, and people should really hear them out. However, I am just talking about what I have experienced and the problems that I have seen, because obviously that was all I can speak on. But yeah, since I make goth content, I am just going to be talking about just the problem with fetishization in the goth community, and I'm not trying to compare it whatsoever to any of these other things. As in my experience as a goth, of just what I have encountered throughout my life with being fetishized, the number one thing is people thinking that I don't have boundaries. And I'll go on this later of why I believe people think I have no boundaries. But as soon as people see me, they will ask me questions, very obscure questions like, oh, do I have my genitalia pierced or tattooed? And I'm like, like, it would be really weird if I just went up to a stranger and started asking them about their genitalia. It's not acceptable, and I don't understand, like, I can see why people, just people who are very uneducated think that is an okay thing to do. But maybe it's just because I'm from a small town, a very conservative Christian small town, very yee-haw type, like, there's more bars here than there are people. Like, it's just like it's a very common thing for people here to just, it's very rare to see an alternative person here, and I have either been friends with or am friends with any of the alternative people here. They all have the same stories of just people acting like they're an alien, like a foreign object, like, oh my god, what is this? Like, they've never been online before. Maybe they've seen the movie Elvira, and that's all they have of a goth, and or maybe just porn. Maybe they just see it from porn, and they're just like, oh, you must be one of those famous porn stars I see. But another thing people do, just asking about inappropriate things, like, God, I can't even come up with an example right now. I feel like I have heard all of it, especially with being online. Not only in my small town are people coming up to me and asking me these things who aren't online, but I'm also getting the people online who are finding me and asking me very inappropriate things, such as, like, oh, like, you have all those tattoos and stuff, like, do you get off to pain or something? Like, you do this for pleasure? And I'm like, it's literally 2 a.m. at a Quick Trip, and I'm just trying to buy some chocolate milk. Like, can you please back the fuck off? Another thing that I experienced that I'm sure a lot of other groups probably experience this is stalkers. I've had numerous amount of stalkers, and every time I talk to someone else who's in the goth community or they're very alternative, they just, like, they're very outside of the norm. They get, like, extreme stalkers. People who will find their location. I've had people see me at a gas station, and they will message me on Instagram and be like, I saw you, and I also jotted down what your license plate was, and, like, I've been following you around. And it's like, excuse me, first off, why are you telling me this? And just the fact that there's probably many people out there who are following me around. And I'm one of those people who have been through situations where I am 24/7 paranoid of stalkers, because I've had situations like this where if I notice a car following me for too long, I will keep taking turns down just random roads to make sure that they are not following me. I refuse to tell anyone what I say I work at a golf course, very, very broad, and I say that I'm in Wisconsin. I don't tell people my specific location in Wisconsin. Of course, there's a ton of golf courses in Wisconsin. Like, if you happen to find it, like, that's a level of stalker. I don't tell anyone the area I live in. I don't tell anyone where I work. I know a lot of people ask me who my tattoo artist is, and I can't tell anyone because I genuinely just assume that everyone is trying to stalk me. And I live very close to my tattoo artist, and he's not online whatsoever. My tattoo artist is very old school. He doesn't have any social media or anything. It's just kind of like you hear that he's a good tattoo artist and you go to him kind of thing. It's a small town thing. But I don't even tell people, like, who my tattoo artist is. I'm like, yeah, I'm, like, in Wisconsin. Like, it's a long stretch. I mean, you can probably find just as good of a tattoo artist in your location, considering that all I have is black ink. This is just straight black ink. This is all he does. I don't even have white highlights. Mainly because I'm pale as shit. You know, a lot of artists just do black. I think it's probably the most common thing, because, like, color is a very complicated thing, because you have to go with color theory and, okay, whatever. I'm getting off topic right now. Another thing I experienced as a goth is I've been in relationships where I find out that the only they don't really like me. They just kind of use me as a flex. They're like, yeah, I'm dating that goth chick. I'm dating the goth chick around the town. I've had it happen so many times. Or like, yeah, I'm dating that girl on TikTok. Like, such a flex. And then I find out through their friends and things like that. Another one is I get nonstop every single day, multiple times a day, every single time I check my DMs on literally any platform, of people fetishizing me or objectifying me or just sending me really out of pocket things that I'm like, like, people will send me things that I've never even heard of before. Like, it is some weird fetish, and I'm like, why are you saying this to a stranger? Like, why me? Why did you tell me about this thing that I have never even heard of before? Is it just because I'm goth and you think I'm freaky and I'll probably be, like, into it? And also the amount of genitalia pictures I get on the daily basis. Like, I don't want them. I'm sorry if you're watching this and you have sent me one, but I've seen it and I just delete it because what do I say to that? I don't know what to say to that. What do you want me to do? Just be like, cool, nice cock. And it's crazy because I've always appeared much older than I was. Even at 16, people thought I never got ID'd for anything, which leaded into trouble. But when I was 16, no one ever ID'd me for anything, for things that you would have to be 21 to buy. So I got away with a lot, and just looking older naturally, I guess it just ended in me as a minor, random men coming up and just saying the most provocative things to a literal high schooler. At the time, I was very just conditioned to, I just kind of knew it. It was almost like a compliment to me because I was like, oh, I look so much older than I am. I'm so mature. And now when I think, but like, I've deleted every picture of me before I was 18 because people will go back on my old photos and comment on them and say like, oh, like, you're so hot, like, damn, the things I would do to you. And it's like a picture of me when I was 15 years old. And I'm like, okay, that's not helping me heal my inner childhood trauma, so we're just gonna delete the whole image by itself. But yeah, last thing, people, again with the boundary thing, people will come up to me and just start touching me, and it's, I've gotten so used to it where like I just kind of like kind of give him the side eye, and I'm like, you want to explain why you're touching my hair right now? And I'm sure a lot of other communities can like just understand the point of people just coming up and touching your hair, which is weird. Another thing is people will come up and touch my tattoos. Like, they'll just start petting my skin, and like someone just came up and started just petting my chest, and I was like, what are you doing? Like, and I just got, like, it was the day I got my tattoo done, and I think it was the day after, actually, because I know I rinsed it off, I went to bed, I woke up, and my artist just uses saran wrap because I'm allergic to adhesive, so whenever, like, I can't use the, whatever it's called, but like the peel-off stuff, I can't use that because I'm allergic to adhesive, like Band-Aids, tape, like anything. It will make me break out in a rash. So I just have to use saran wrap, and then he like tapes it on the spots that I don't have the tattoo done. But like someone the day after just came up to me and just like started petting my chest, and I was like, what are you doing? And I like, this was the only time, like, I usually just kind of give them a look and I'm like, what are you doing? But, like, this time, I, like, actually, like, really, like, shoved them off. And I was like, I just got this done. Do not get your nasty ass, dirty ass, wrinkly, gross, nasty fucking fingers all up in my tattoo. I just got this done. Like, what are you doing? Like, who in their right mind just does that? Like, I can understand. I can't understand. But, like, people touching my arm tattoos, different. For some reason, people think tattoos feel different. They don't. My skin feels the exact same. In fact, if I had no vision, I would just not know that I had tattoos. But like just my chest, like you're just gonna start like, oh, I'm just feeling your tattoo. I have tattoos everywhere. Touch something else. Oh my god, I just hit my mic. Touch something else. Why are you touching my chest? Like, get away from me. People have touched my piercings before. Weird. People will like, because I have this spike right here. I'm just in a small town. I think I just have really obscure things. Like, if I were to live in a big city, I feel like people would be used to it. People would just start touching. I'm like, go, what are you? Get your hands off me. And one person, oh my god. One time someone came up to me while I was downtown and I was just sitting, minding my own business, and someone just came up to me and I was like, wow, you're oddly close. And they just started petting my eyelashes and I was like, what are you doing? Quit touching people. Don't just touch people. Don't just, it's like in my head, I think that I'm intimidating. I have all these piercings and tattoos, and I've got like these big platform boots on, and I'm 5'7", so when I wear these boots, I'm like 6 feet tall, and I'm just like chains and all, just like power walking through wherever I'm going, which like normally I just wear normal clothes and like I cover up my tattoos so people don't talk to me. But on special occasions, I will dress up. And I go out, and I think that I'm so intimidating, and people will just start touching me, and I'm like, how do you not, like, I could rock your shit right now. I could beat the fuck out of you. And, like, maybe they just look at me, and they're like, that scrawny-ass bitch ain't gonna do shit to me, which is fucking true. Like, I'm strong, but am I gonna tackle a 40-year-old man who looks like he's been welding for the past 30 years? No, I'm not going to. In fact, I always have pepper spray and like all those fun little gadgets on me for when people come up to me. But I that's like my last resort. It's like you're making me uncomfortable right now, please stop. And then once they start getting more, then it's like I'm pulling out the weapons. I cannot tackle someone. I cannot fight someone, okay? I am in platform boots and I'm already very clumsy. I am going to fall on my ass if I try to fight you. I got the pepper spray. That's always in my hand. Like, why are you coming up to me? What are you doing? You're fucking crazy. Guys, I'm so tired. I'm sorry. I'm very chaotic right now and I'm just talkative and that's just how life is. But we're coming on the part of why people fetishize goths. And this is just speculation as being a goth. Like, I have my type, which is a current trend that's going on, which is long-haired metalhead men. And that's my type, which is crazy because that's exactly what my boyfriend is, and now I don't want to post him because I'm just like, I don't want people to fetishize him the same way that people fetishize me. So I'm going to keep him away until this trend is over. But this goth girl trend has been going on for many years. And I'm like, okay, guys, can we just fucking get over it right now? But then also, I'm like, goth girl and metalhead, like, that would blow up. I'm a little territorial, okay? I will say that. I run with that stereotype of goth girls of being very territorial. But I think that's a normal thing. I don't know. People are like fetishizing like your man, like, no, what the fuck was I talking about? People fetishizing goths right now. It's long-haired metalheads, and I think that's so weird, especially with the thing with race. It's like, oh, I want this specific Asian girl because I want her to act like a school girl and blah blah blah. Like what? No, weird, red flag, jail, go to jail, you're in jail now, that's weird. And like the goth girl thing, it's not as bad, however, it's like a you just instantly look at us and you're just like, oh my god, she would totally let me while I'm just whatever. People have weird... Okay. Anyway, containing myself. But this also brings me to the topic of why goths are fetishized. And from my experience in talking to other goths, it's kind of... We've definitely come to a conclusion, if you will say. The thing is that most goths appear to wear the same things that are correlated with BDSM, which is, I don't remember, I'll put it right here, whatever BDSM stands for. But we tend to wear a lot of the same things, like chokers and latex and corsets and fishnets, maybe like big boots. Like it's very correlated with the BDSM or the bondage culture. Overall, just after time, goth has just become a porn category at this point, which makes people think that goths don't care about consent. Here brings up my other point. There's a huge misconception on BDSM and bondage and those things, is that when you're just watching it like, if you know nothing about that category, you're just watching it and you're like, oh, it's just completely taking power over someone, completely dominating them, doing whatever you want with them. But the thing about BDSM and those things is that everything is consensual, and it's agreed upon these things, and they have safe words to get out of it. Like, it's not just a thing of like, I can do whatever I want to this woman. And I think just with the way that goths look and the correlation with BDSM is that people correlate those two. When they see a goth in person, they're like, oh, well, I can say whatever I want to them because they're probably into it. They have no boundaries. Like, I can do whatever I want with them. I can say whatever I want to them. Which people would do their research on things and not just base people off of porn, which I know that other races and LGBTQ plus members experience, just like oh, well, you're this, so I can ask you anything I want because I've seen a porn category of you, and on that porn category, they did whatever they wanted to use. So, like, but another thing is the whole trend of the goth mommy or the big titty goth girl thing that's going on, which does not help debunk those allegations whatsoever, just makes them a lot worse. As well as I've gotten this, oh my god, this is my pet peeve, my literal worst. Oh, the thing that will make me absolutely just fucking lose my mind. Like, if you want to piss me off, go under any of my posts and comment, I can fix her. However, if you do that, I will be blocking you. So take that with a grain of salt. Do whatever you want with that. But I will say, it's I can't even explain. Like, just the fact that you think because someone's into a darker aesthetic means that they are broken is such a stupid stereotype. It is the dumbest stereotype. I can't even think of a correlation right now. It just drives me through the fucking roof. It makes me so pissed off because I'm like, you're clearly commenting this because you're attracted to me. You saying that I can fix her means that you want to change me. When I don't want to be changed, there's nothing wrong with me. This is what I like. In fact, if I were to dress normal, it would probably make me way more depressed and feel like I am not myself, because this is who I am. This is who I feel like I am. I feel the best when I look like this. I feel the prettiest when I look like this. I've done normal makeup before and it just doesn't feel like me. So you can with that whole I can fix. Shut up. And also, just you saying that, instantly, no chance. You have no fucking chance. You know why? Because you're in my blacklist now. So have fun with that, because you just joined the fucking mile-long blacklist I have. So, you know? Okay, but anyways, I'm gonna edit this video and get calm and collected. If you guys want more of me, I will be streaming on Twitch every Thursday. And I will leave that link down below. And I'll be posting every Wednesday on YouTube here. So make sure you guys subscribe. Oh my god. Make sure you guys subscribe, leave a like on this video, and I would love to hear your comments down below, especially if you have experienced something like this. I would love to hear all of your stories and comments down below, and make sure you guys subscribe and turn those post notifications on. But thank you guys for watching today's video, and I will see you guys next Wednesday. Bye-bye. Is there something you needed to say? You don't need to click all the buttons, okay? I'm aware you are here. It's hard to not know that you are there.